All right. 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 What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I am, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic live stream for you guys today. Sincerely hope that everybody's having a blessed day. The good doc is having a good one. Glad to be in the building. Blessed to have you guys here with me. Blessed to have an audience, man. That's just the way that I've always felt, and I'm glad to see you guys here. Of course, if you're following in, coming in this particular moment in time, guys, make sure you get the likes up on the video. Definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you guys are interested in getting your very own IPA t-shirts, your International Passport Association t-shirts, by all means, please make sure that you hit me up in the email. If you guys are interested in getting your very own copy of the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, by all means, please go ahead and hit the good doc up an email or check out the links in the description area below. That will lead you directly to the paperback version and also the ebook version if you guys are interested in getting that on Amazon.com. Of course, if you guys want to listen to the Dr. Mike TV podcast over there on Anchor FM, by all means, go ahead and look in the link in the descriptions. You'll see episodes 1 through 6. Social media platforms, Patreon, PayPal, stuff like that. All should be listed in the link in the description area below. Cash App, the whole 9. Yeah, it's all there. All right, so without further ado, official time check. We're looking at about 8:12 in the p.m. Eastern Standard, 7:12 in the p.m. Central, 5:12 in the p.m. for everybody repping that West Coast. And then, of course, that makes it about 8 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Good to see you guys in the building. Definitely here to turn it up and shut it out like I normally do. So giving much love to my people in the building. So let's go ahead and rip this some gun off like a band-aid to get to it. Just because she's friendly doesn't mean she wants you. I repeat, and let me say that one more time for those that are deaf. Just because she is friendly, it does not mean that she actually wants you. Okay, now us as foreigners, we tend to have this, and I lump us all in there. I'm not gonna lie. I think we've all at one time have done this. Maybe, maybe not. But I kind of feel that us as foreigners have the tendency to believe that just because a girl is smiling at us, just because she's friendly to us, we get the yada yada. We get the notion that she's just got to be into us, man. And I've made that mistake in my past before. Again, I'm not immune to this shit. This is the reason why I have my live streams. These are things that I have personally seen happen to others. And sometimes these are things that I've gone through myself, wherein I found myself in a situation where a girl was overly friendly. And then, she was just like, hey, if I can help you with anything, I'll help you with it. Whatever you need, I got you. I'm like, damn, she over here trying to flirt with me. But then, you go in for the number. Oh, I got a boyfriend. Damn. That's exactly how it happened. There was a young lady that was helping me out. She was a sales lady that was working at the mall, and she just so happened to be really, really friendly, super, super, super friendly. And I was like, yo, man, I'm gonna shoot my shot. Fuck it. I mean, she's over here, smiling at my face and shit. I said, why not shoot my shot, right? Lo and behold, she was like, nah, I can't do that. I got a boyfriend and I'm loyal to him. And she could have been. Like I said, I took her word for it. I didn't press her for it because it wasn't really that big a deal. But ultimately, you got to understand the difference between what's real and what's flirtation. What's being friendly and flirtation. You got to understand the difference. There is a big difference. Now, for those of you who had the chance to watch the Finn Snow video, I called a lot of shit for that video. A lot of these Filipinos were acting a monkey, saying all kinds of ignorant shit, like, of course, you expect your average Filipino who is uneducated to do, because most of them have no idea what they were watching when they watched it. So I caught a lot of flack because everybody was like, no, that girl doesn't like him. That girl doesn't do that. No, it's impossible. I'm like, nah, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. You understand? I just felt like there's a difference between being helpful, overly helpful, friendly, over friendly, to the point where she's kind of flirting with the dude. But everybody was like, it's just Filipino hospitality. And again, to an extent, I am not saying that it was not Filipino hospitality, but sometimes you can tell the difference between Filipino hospitality and when a girl is really trying to give you the signs to let you further know that you do have the potential to take it to the next level. Now, on camera, you know, there was no let me get your phone number and shit like that. Off camera, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think that if he would have asked her for her digits, if he did, she would have said yes. And if he would have asked her out on a date, she would have said yes. And if the date went well and he says, do you want to come hang out with me a little bit later? She would have said yes. But ultimately, everybody got mad at me because I simply said that Filipina liked that guy. You understand? I caught shit for that. But again, like I said, I don't know where the oversensitivity level came in that particular video. But yo, the video got some views. I'm like, fuck it, man. I just wanted to use my man as an example. All of a sudden, people want to get their panties in a bunch. But like I said previously before, you got to understand the difference between friendly and flirtation. Now, you can ask yourself, Doc, what is the difference between a Filipina that's friendly and a Filipina that's flirting with you? I am so glad that you asked me that question. Well, when it comes to being friendly Filipinas, they're nice to you, but there's always a distance between you. And this may not make sense until you're actually in a physical situation where you can analyze this and see it. But when it comes to being friendly, she's nice to you. She'll smile at you. She'll, you know, be helpful and considerate and courteous, but there's always a distance. You understand? By a distance, I mean, she's nice to you, but yet and still she won't get close to you. Like, she won't allow herself to get closer than a certain distance. Again, this is something that you'll probably only see in person, but ultimately you'll know it when you see it, because she'll shy away and she'll definitely keep her distance from you. Of course, you're the foreigner, you know, you got to be able to pick your poison and stuff like that. But when she's flirting with you, I'm saying there is a distance boundary, but the distance boundary is not as far as somebody who is just being friendly with you. Again, like I said, this may only be something that you can see in person rather than understanding me when I say it, but I think you guys get a general idea of what I am trying to put down. Anyways, like I said before, there's a difference between being friendly and flirtatious, and also just because a Filipina is friendly with you does not necessarily mean that she wants you. I've been in many situations where I've seen guys think something is there that's not there. There have been many situations where guys have thought that there is something there that is not really there. And then they're confused because they were thinking that they were reading all of the signs the right way. They were thinking, man, that girl sure act like she was into me. And then she just didn't like give you any time or any play like that. Now, that could be a game they're playing. That's a possibility, but that's a rarity that they'll play a game like that. You know, they don't really play games with telling you they got a boyfriend. If they tell you that they have a boyfriend, you can take that one of two ways. Number one, she really does have a boyfriend. Number two, she just wants you to go the fuck away. And again, there's no reason to press it after that, simply because if she already told you she got a boyfriend, there's no reason for you to sit there and try to change her mind, which is the weirdest thing that I've noticed about foreigners. They have this ideology, for the most part, that really wants to understand why a Filipina doesn't like them. They seem to really want to know why a Filipina doesn't like them. And you're going to ask the question, and she's going to give you the answer, and it may not be the answer that you want to hear. So I'm saying you gotta tread lightly and pick your poison when you're asking or seeking answers to that particular extent. But again, I just wanted to pop off, say a little bit of shit before I go ahead and run into the chat. I appreciate you guys coming through. Like I said, guys, I see we got about 13, 14 individuals watching. I appreciate all 13 to 14 of you watching The Good Deck at this particular moment in time. Please make sure you pause, caress, de-stress, and molest that like button. Trust me, it wants it, and it is going to be done in a consensual manner. Everything will be all good. All right. If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through and spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now, let's go ahead and run to the chat real quick. Show some love to my peoples. MD, what's going on? Good to see you. You were the first one in the building today. Good to see you here, man. Jay Jones, what's going on, family? Appreciate you being here. Derek, much love to your family. Dante Will, what's good with you? He said I don't overly friendly chicks at all. I don't like a moody chick either. Oh, you don't like? Okay, you just forgot the like button. Yeah, I'm very, very skeptical of chicks that are overly friendly. But let's say to an extent, you know, maybe the situation and the vibe is going well with you. Maybe you're both kind of going back and forth and you're just having what is perceived to be a flirtatious interaction with one another. Again, just because she's friendly don't necessarily mean that she wants you. And I think that a lot of foreigners come to the country thinking that every girl that is nice to them wants them. Because they're like, I'm the foreigner, man. They always want me. But that is a very, very, very inaccurate mindset to have when you come into the country. Not every Filipina is gonna want you. Not every Filipina is gonna be interested in you. I said that. Don't take offense to it. If she don't fucking like you, move on. You know, it's nothing to be butthurt about. I mean, shit, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and you don't have to sit there and try to convince her otherwise or make her like you. There's no reason for it whatsoever. But you just got to be careful with how you choose to navigate in particular situations as that one, for sure. Hey Liz, how you doing, baby? Thank you for showing up. The Observer says, so was she flirting? The girl in the video, if you're talking about the video, I thought she was really flirting. But you know, in my opinion, you know, Filipinas over here trying to teach you how to speak a little bit of the language and stuff. She's investing her time into doing something that she doesn't have to do. You understand? That to me is going above and beyond. You understand? In the particular video, if that's what you're referring to, the young lady was teaching my man a couple of Bisayan words and Bisayan sentences and shit, or Cebuano, which is the same as Bisayan. So, you know, to me, she was basically being like, she was really doing like her due diligence as a Filipina. I mean, yes, she was being friendly. Yes, she was definitely exuding the Filipina hospitality, or Filipino in general hospitality, that you'll normally get when you come across the majority of the Filipino people you meet. But sometimes you can tell when something is above and beyond. But then again, like I said, people want to get in butt hurt all because I said the Filipino liked them. You know, it's just the craziest thing. But it's all love, man. Dante, see, Dante, she was giving him just a little bit too much. That's my thing. Like, when I made the video, that's what I saw. And I can't be blind if I'm not the only one who saw this shit. But let somebody else see it. Let a Filipino see it, who seem to be the only people oddly offended by the fact that I just said that girl adores him or likes him a lot. Fuck, he looks the part. Dude, blonde white dude. Bam. Already automatic right there. Come on now. Let's not bullshit it. Automatically, he's probably attractive to about half of the Philippines based off of that alone. Now she's going above and beyond to do what she's got to. I think it was above and beyond a Call of Duty. You feel me? But then again, everybody had their panties in a bunch about the video, mostly Filipino people. No, how dare you say that about her? How dare you make her look bad? I made a Filipina look bad by telling her that the man just liked them. You know, but this is the shit that we got to deal with on a regular basis, ladies and gentlemen. I have my fun. I say my piece. I do my thing. But ultimately, you cannot, under any circumstances, predict how people are going to take any video that you produce. Like I said, it could be something as innocent as just analyzing a situation, and people want to blow it out of proportion. But like my man Dante said, dog, she was giving him just a little bit too much play for me. But then again, like I said, what do I know, right? I only lived in the country for fucking 10 years, right? But what do I know? I don't know shit. Because people sure act like I don't know nothing. Because that was literally what they were saying in the comment section. They were like, Dr. Mike, I don't know what you saw, but you don't know anything about Filipinos. You don't know anything about the Filipino people. I'm like, why are you trying to defend the girl? I didn't say anything disrespectful, but yet and still, you know, people just got their panties in a bunch over that one. But hey, it'll be what it is going to be. My man says a flirtatious chick is a big turnoff for me, especially if she has a man. Well, sometimes you don't know that she has a man until it's too late, until you get to that point. But then again, that right there is, like I said before, it's understanding the difference between flirtation and friendly. Again, everybody thinks that every Filipina that smiles in their face has to want them. Again, guys, that is not how the game is played. That is not how it's going to unfold. Got to be careful with how you analyze certain situations. Again, I don't care. I'm the type person, if I see you smiling too much at me, I'll shoot my shot first. I don't care if I get turned down or not. I don't go into any conversation thinking anything like that. I'm just like, yo, you know, maybe I'll get your number. I'll text you maybe after you finish your work. Maybe we can get together sometime or some shit. And that's it. If it goes down, it goes down. If it don't, then it don't. Observer, you're right, man. Gotta shoot your shot, man. Like I said, you gotta shoot your shot, man. The worst these girls can say is no. And if you're gonna tell me no, then hey, I mean, what can I do? What can I do? Cry about it? Now, shout out to the homie Mr. Smith. What's going on, man? My man Oahu dude says a good technique if she starts pulling away, you pull away more. You act like you don't care. That is your best chance if you have any. All right, appreciate that. The observer says way too many Filipinas to worry about one. Not every woman is going to be into you. Touche. Very true. Deadly Miss, what's going on, family? Greatest idea, what's going on, family? Appreciate you. Get lost, I see you in the building. Lost to Nomad, what's going on, family? The observer says, right, don't press the issue. Never press the issue, man. It's just not gonna bode well. Again, because a lot of guys, I don't understand where this comes from, but a lot of guys tend to want to understand why. Like, why? Why is why a question? You understand? Since when has why become a legitimate question when it comes to why Filipinas don't like you or why you're not getting the love that you feel you deserve as a man? You know, if you've ever gone into any situation, many of you guys already know this. If they don't like you, they don't like you. There's no real answer to it unless you really want the real answer. Let me say that again. There's no real answer unless you really want the real answer. Most of the time, it's as simple as the fact she don't like black guys. Let's be real. She don't like white guys. Let's be real. You got a big ass head. I don't know. Maybe you're too tall. Maybe you're too short. Maybe you're too fat. Maybe you're too skinny. Who cares? You got to understand that you're not going to be every Filipina's type. I've known Filipinas that are really into chubby guys. Like, they don't like fit guys. It was the weirdest thing. Like, a girl really has a thing for a chubby guy. And I think that that comes from the fact that, you know, that man is eating well and, you know, XYZ and 1, 2, 3 or whatever. So I don't know the reason why these girls chose to only like chubby guys, but that was kind of their thing. They like guys with a little meat on their bones. So, you know, it's not always about your muscles, but then again, we've talked about it before. Health is wealth. Got to take care of yourself. So you can be a little chubby as long as you got something going on to keep yourself active and busy. But, you know, sometimes you come across girls with the weirdest fetishes, and sometimes you come across girls with the weirdest taste in men. There's one girl that I knew that only dated certain types of men. It wasn't about race. It was something weird about, like, I don't know. She just had a thing for, like, a certain type of guy. I forgot what it was off the top of my head. Maybe I'll remember it later. But you got to understand, you're never going to be every Filipina's type. And again, I'll tell you time and time again, just because she's friendly with you does not necessarily mean that she wants you. All right, you gotta be able to read the situation, and that doesn't mean read the situation like a book. I mean, even I'm not an expert at that. That's why I said I shot my shot and got shot down because I said, fuck it. I'm like, yeah, let me get that number. She like, I got a boyfriend or some shit. That was me misinterpreting a situation. Could have been her being friendly, but it could have been the fact that I was just so into her that I probably wanted her more than she wanted me. So I asked that number and got shot the fuck down. And it's okay. Life goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Like my man, the observer says, like a Wahoo dude says, like everybody who's come across this particular saying before, the worst they can do is tell you no. That's it. The worst that could happen is no. And then what? You're going to go home and cry about it? You in the Philippines, man. Nobody give a fuck about your feelings. Shit. They don't care about mine. They damn sure ain't gonna care about yours. You think they care if they let you down? It could be hard or it could be harder. That's the best thing I can tell you. It could be harder. You got your choice. Pick your poison. It only gets harder when you start asking why questions. Okay? So if you just want to let it be the way that it's going to be, it will be the way that it's going to be. If that makes any sense at all. My man, Mr. Smith says so many Filipinas go out their way to look away. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Shout out to the homie Reginald, man. What's going on? He says, too many women. Don't take it personal. Many are very friendly. Yes, Filipino hospitality is a real thing. Let's not sugarcoat that shit. Let's focus on that for just a split second. Filipino hospitality is real. Like, you'll come across many, many friendly Filipinos, and they're friendly not necessarily because they want something from you. It's just that, like my man Jay said, I saw this. I was watching one of Jay's older videos and shit. Shout out to my boy Black American Expat. I was watching one of his older videos, and he said that the dude came up to him, gave him a hug or like a pound or some shit, and said, "Welcome to my country. Thank you for visiting my country." That shit is real. There are people who do shit like that. You know, willing to share a drink with you with no intent behind it, willing to share with you, willing to do things with you, just because they want to show you the Filipino hospitality that precedes the country. So being friendly and Filipino hospitality, that is a real thing. You know, there's no sugarcoating that shit. But ultimately, when it comes to dealing with the females, you got to understand the difference between being hospitable and being into you. I think that in many situations, that's just the way you're going to have to feel it out on your own. You're not going to be able to know that shit off the top because, again, like I said, even I read situations wrong. You know, fuck, I'm human. I mean, I may wanted her more than she wanted me, and that's just the way that it went down. And when you got that no, what am I gonna do? Be mad? Cry about it a little bit? Psh, come on, man. Got a girl set of nuts, man, to keep it real with yourself. It's the best thing I could tell you. Best thing to tell you. Get lost. You said what happened? What happened when? Oh, if you talk about that situation with the girl I was talking about, oh yeah, this girl was being friendly to me in the mall or some shit like that, and I thought that she was trying to get some of this dark chocolate. Ha 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 ha. And I asked for the number. She said she had a boyfriend. Oops, my bad. Oops, I did it again. I swear, they got broke out the Britney Spears on that ass, yo. I'll be fucking up. But again, that was more so in my younger years when I really didn't have a idea. It was more or less, look, man, shoot your shot with everybody and see what your numbers are going to be like. I mean, I probably shot my shot 20 times and I might have got 2 or 3 out of that. But it depended on how quick the turnover was in the whole 9. You know, that shit's all important. And it all, you know, plays an important role. I should say. Excuse me. Anywho, just saying my piece. Wahudu says it's easy to get rejected by a 6, but when you meet a 10 plus, it can hurt. But you have to snap, clear your mind, and move on. Well, like I said, the thing between 6 and 10s is the fact of how you perceive them. What could be a 10 to one may not be a 10 to another. You understand? So again, you got to pick your poison with how you choose to get around and date around with certain women. Like that girl may be fine as hell, but I mean, fuck, the worst that could happen is no. And again, we talked about the power of the word no. We did that video already. And, you know, it's just what it is, man. It's not going to hurt your feelings. I mean, at the end of the day, you'll be butthurt for probably about first couple of minutes or so. Or if you're like me, it might take a day. It might take a day. I'm not going to lie. I think that if I was ever rejected by somebody that I really, really liked or somebody that I really, really thought was attractive as hell, if I was ever rejected by somebody I really, really liked, it would probably take me at least a day or two to get over it. And I'm just being real because I'm human. Like once you shoot your shot and you get shot down, you're like, damn, that sucks. You know, it makes you not even want to talk to other girls in the moment and shit. You can have, and this is the fucked up part. Let me tell you the truth. This is real to me. And this is the thing that I hate the most. When you get shot down by the one that you really like or one that you find to be super attractive, what ends up happening is you're missing out on the ones that actually like you back. You understand? Because your mind is so caught up in the fact that you got told no or not interested in you, or maybe you should look for somebody else. You're kind of in your feelings. So you're missing out on probably the ones that could potentially be better for you than the one that you actually got rejected by. And again, it may take a couple days. For me, it take about 2 days to get over that sting. And again, if it doesn't hurt you, I'm not going to say that you're not human. You've just built up an immunity to where it doesn't bother you. But if it does hurt you and it does sting, you're only human. It's supposed to hurt. You know, I mean, like I said, if it doesn't hurt you, if you got that quick boomerang bounce back, then do your thing, man. You built up an immune system to the word no. And I congratulate you on that. But some of us don't take no very well. Again, might take me a day or two to get right. And that's true. I ain't gonna sit there in front. It's gonna take its time. But hey, like you said, you gotta move on. My man MD, like you said, man, you're not gonna be every girl's type. It's a numbers game. The more you talk, the greater your chances. Only in the Philippines can you run these numbers, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say only in the Philippines. I shouldn't say it's only in the Philippines, but when you're here, you definitely have to spread your shit around. You got to be able to see who's into you. Like, you'll probably get rejected less times than you think, depending on the number of girls that you talk to. Now, you know, I kind of feel like, let's say you talk to 10 girls. In my hypotheses, I would have to say that, let's say you talk to 10 girls. All right. Out of those 10, 2 of them will be interested in you. Maybe 2 or 3 will be interested in you. The other, let's say 2 or 3 are interested in you the same way you're interested in them. Probably about 5 of those are interested in you because they see that you might have potential opportunistic interest, I should say. About 5 of those are opportunistic interests. Like, so they'll give you play just to see what they can get from you. The other 2 probably won't like you at all. So you might have those girls that are opportunistic and they're liking you because they see an opportunity with you. 2 of them or 3 of them may be interested in you just because, you know, they find you to be attractive in one way, shape, or form, but they're not actually thinking about money first. 5 of them, money first. 3 of them, probably attraction level first. And then 2 of them will probably reject you off the top. And again, like I said, the rejection number is probably a little bit higher than that. But I'm thinking that most of the 5 that would reject you are probably only keeping you around simply because of opportunity. So sometimes when you're not rejected, it doesn't necessarily mean that she wants you for the reason that you think that she wants you. Again, those are just hypothetical numbers. Out of 10, you might get 20% that like you, maybe 30%. Another 50% are probably like you from an opportunity standpoint. Then the other 20% are just reject you, period, without even giving you a second glance or a look. Again, the 5 that do like you may be wanting to reject you, but because they see an opportunity in you, they just haven't rejected you yet. Best way to put it. My man Greater says, technically any girl anywhere can smile too much and flirt much with you. Still don't mean she wants anything. She may wake up tomorrow and find another guy. Just let it play out however it does. All right. Oahudu says, just remember, if it's a numbers game. Like you guys said, it'll take. He said, and all it takes is one. Yes, true. Just make sure don't lower your standards. A lot of guys do lower their standards. I've seen some foreigners with some very sketchy looking Filipinas. Kind of scares the hell out of me. But then again, how can we say that that foreigner has lowered his standards? Maybe, just maybe, that was the type of girl that he was always interested in. So how can we tell him that he's lowered his standards based off of the fact that we may not find her attractive, but he finds her attractive? So again, we have to be careful with how we choose to approach those situations, because again, guys are just as sensitive as females, and they are quick, and I mean quick, to get a tantrum and get sensitive because you say something disrespectful about their girl. All right. No different than me. I mean, I don't really take lightly people trying to like disrespect my girl, but yet still, if you find her ugly, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, I know what she is for me. So at the end of the day, how you personally feel about her don't really mean shit to me, simply because you're not in a relationship with her. I am, or vice versa. You understand? So basically, how a person feels about you and the girl that they see you with is basically based on personal opinion. If you ask me, I've seen with my own eyes recently, about a couple weeks ago. No, not even a couple weeks, couple days ago. This guy, he was probably European, or he was Caucasian, but he was probably European or so. You know, I couldn't tell you. But this man was hugged up with his ladyboy, and he was proud of his ladyboy. I mean, this man here was proud to be with his girl, holding her hand in the mall, hugged up on her, holding hands and shit. I mean, anything that I would do. See, me and my girl, we're not really into PDA, like, public display of affection. In public, we don't do that shit. My girl don't like it because she don't like the attention like that. So to see that happening with my man and his companion, his ladyboy, I was like, damn, this man must really be in love, or he may be to the point where he doesn't give 2 shits that you look at him for being with that ladyboy. He did not give a fuck. He looked at everybody like, I wish you would say something. And he was a swole motherfucker too. Like, he went to the gym or something, so he looked like he worked out too. So I wasn't gonna say shit, but I know that my girl saw it and she was like, babe, look at that. I was like, yeah. I said, that man is living his best life, I guess, that he refuses to try to hold that shit and stay in the closet. Motherfucker was all out and about, man. He could care less about it. But again, like I said, if you have that type of how do you say that? It's not courage, but that type of confidence and whatnot in your relationship, and doesn't matter who it is, whether somebody else finds her ugly or maybe somebody looks at you sideways because you walking around with your lady boy with your hand in his or her ass pocket or whatever it is. Come on, man. Who are we to sit there and judge that relationship? All I know is he was happy, man. And how can we shit on somebody else's happiness? You feel me? So at the end of the day, and like I said, it's all a matter of opinion. Maybe that's not my cup of tea. Maybe that's not your cup of tea, but that was his cup of tea. So we can't say shit about it. You understand? So again, that was just my personal experience just a couple days ago. I was like, man, this is real. Like, this shit here is happening right in front of me. And again, I don't see this often. This isn't something that I see on a regular basis. The last time I had seen it before this time, probably a couple months back, and that was when I was in Manila. You understand? So this in Manila, cool. Davao, I don't see shit like that ever. Like, that shit just may be few and far between. But you got to be with who you with, and you got to love who you with, man. Like my man J. Cole says, you got to love yours, man. And he damn sure loved his. My man was happy. He was way happy. My man Mr. Smith says, yesterday in 7-Eleven, a girl was backed up on my junk so hard when I walked away, I felt like I owed her for a lap dance. That's kind of funny, though. Sometimes, yeah, that's kind of funny, but we love it. Ah, man. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Lost a nomad. Great point. Great way to put it. You got to be strong, young grasshopper. We do. Frederick Mason, shout out to the homie. I'm always going to be the young grasshopper, man. My life is just that way. A lot of the people that I fuck with are older than me. You understand? So I'm going to have my emotional moments. I'm supposed to, man. Fuck. I just don't have them in public. Remember that. I don't have my tantrums in public. It's always in a private setting where nobody sees that shit. But at the end of the day, it might, like I said, if I did get rejected, it might take me a day or two to really get back. So I'm like, damn, I really wanted that. Fuck. And when it don't work out, you and your feelings. All right. So MD says a 10 might actually be easier to get with because a lot of those girls don't get approached a lot. Guys tend to be afraid to approach them. Very true. That is actually a very interesting perspective to look at it as, and you're right. But on the flip side of that, it does go both ways, man. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell if they're easily approachable or not. You know, it's hard for me to tell. And the reason why I say that it's hard for me to tell about the approaching of some girls, because some girls get mad when you approach them because they're used to being approached. It's hard to tell the ones that are not used to getting approached. The thing that I've noticed is when you approach a beautiful girl, don't ever call them beautiful. Don't say, hey, beautiful, I think you're cute, I think you're attractive. No shit, Sherlock. You don't think she knows that already? You can't approach her that way. So now you got to come up with something different. Like something honest, like, hi, how are you? My name is Mike. What is your name? See if she could respond to that. You know, I just wanted to, talk to you. I don't know. You come up with some shit. You're like, fuck, I just wanted to talk to you. I said, I find you to be attractive. And I mean, like, you can use different words. Beautiful, cute, fine, sexy. Those words are too bland and too elementary. Attractive. Something to that effect works better when you're talking to a woman who was used to being called beautiful, fine, sexy, and cute all of her fucking life. So, it does play an important role to understand how to compliment these women, all right? It does play a very, very important role in how you compliment a 10. Because it's very difficult for me to sit there and say, don't compliment them. But sometimes you may have to avoid the compliments when it comes to women that are that beautiful, simply because you can't keep calling them the same shit. You can't keep saying, what's up, baby? How you doing, beautiful? That shit get played. And you can't really approach Filipinas like that at all. It doesn't necessarily work very well. My man Big Brother in the building. What's going on, family? He says a not so related question, Dr. Mike. As you said, you will do a video on this. Is an educated P9 better than a less educated one, or city girls versus province? The city girls, okay. The city girls and the province girls, I did do a video on that one. That video was Dabawinias versus Minalinas. It was Davao women versus Manila women, the provincial women versus the city women. So I did do a video on that one. That video was like 20 to 30 minutes long. Yeah. Fuck. That video was way back when, man. But the video on educated versus less educated, do shit. How can I say this? Shit, it's very difficult because you're asking me a question that I want to give you the answer to because I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a video on it or not. But it's all up to you and what you want, you know. But I'll detail it in a video later. I'll try to just to see if I can make it work. You got to work, or we got to work with me on that one. I want to say that if you choose education, you know your girl's going to be able to work with you. Less educated, she's just going to probably be more of a house domesticated woman for you. So it depends on what you want from that perspective. If you want a woman that's going to work with you and be a team with you and create double incomes with you, you're going to go for the educated one. If you want a girl that just to take care of the household, take care of the family, be a housewife, you're probably going to go for one with a little bit of less education, simply because you know, she's going to be comfortable fitting into that house setting. It is almost impossible, from what I've noticed, very, very close to impossible to try to get an educated woman to sit at home. You understand? She went to college all these years not to use it. Bullshit. Why would you even want your girl to do that in the first place? So again, it's all about picking your poison and understanding what you want from your relationship. You want double income, you want an educated woman. If you want somebody to help take care of the household, take care of the family, be that family wife, then going for a less educated one will probably be your best bet. And that was basically the video that I don't have to do anymore. I wanted to do the video, but I can't. My man Wahoo says educated in general is easier to communicate with, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't learn her native language. Yes, based on education as well. I didn't say that, but yes, education plays a major role too, because if you're dealing with a less educated woman, her understanding of the English language could definitely be very, very difficult. Could be difficult for her to be able to tell you how she feels. You know, and when you can't communicate well with each other, it causes problems in a relationship and stuff. So again, it's about picking your poison. Best thing I could tell you. My man Reggie says, yes, dog. When they tell me no, I'm like, okay, be in my feelings for a couple days, be like a rubber band and bounce back. There you go. Tell you, I might take it hard because that's just the type of person I am. I'm like, damn, I wish everybody could like me. And again, I mean, I think like that. I mean, you want people to like you, especially when you're super positive and, you know, you like to think that you're a very, very good like, you know, you're good to people and, you know, you treat them right. You talk to them with respect and stuff. But when they don't like you and you shoot your shot and your shot gets shot down, that shit get Dikembe Mutombo blocking this bitch with the no finger wag. I'm in my feelings, bro. Tell you, it hurt like hell, but it'll be all right. I like my odds in the Philippines too, Reggie. I love my odds in the Philippines. I know that is a very, very good. That is a very, very good number for myself. Though the 10 out of 10 girls, 2 will reject you, 2 will like you just because natural attraction, and then the other 5 will be around simply until they see what they can and cannot get from you before they make their decision. Hey, I'll take those numbers any day of the week. My man Wahoo says, I think it takes practice. While I was there, I made it my goal to meet one new Filipino every day. Towards the end of my trip, I was averaging 5 on a good day. It does take practice. I think 1 is a very, very solid number. The reason that I say 1 is solid is simply because when you get 1, it's like, okay, now I got 1 number today. Let me see if I could do 2 tomorrow. If you're trying to be that type of person. And again, just because you get phone numbers doesn't necessarily mean you have to call them. I mean, I don't see why you would waste the time not to call them. But, you know, it doesn't mean that you have to invest a lot of time into it just because you got it. You could just text around to a couple of girls to see what works for you and what floats your boat. So that is very true. It does take practice. I did not learn this overnight. What I know now took me about 3 years to perfect what I know now. And what do I mean by what I know now? The integration of English and Tagalog and Visayan into my game. You know, that I kind of like interrelate words and stuff. I kind of put shit together. I kind of like drafted my own shit. I got my own language of Visayan, Scozobuano, to get Tagalog-ish, you know, kind of got my own little thing meshing on going on. And that took me about a year to perfect. And that's just the normal basis of the shit. Now I have dove a little deeper than that. But on surface level, what I do now, or what I've learned in my past, it took me about at least a good 3 years to perfect. And the only reason it took me 3 years to really get it down pat is because I wasn't rushing it. You understand? I had time. I had nothing but time. But when you don't have time, you know, you might how can I say this, activate things and put them into action quicker than I did. You know, that's what I will say. You'll definitely do that. Me, myself, and I, what's going on, family? Mr. Smith and his smoky voice. Lady boys need love too, Craig. Yeah, I know. But yo, man, my man was loving life. Yo, he was happy. Like, you look at this man's face, he was genuinely happy, and you can never fuck with another man's happiness. Tell you, that shit for real, cuz you can't never fuck with that. My man Owahudu says, I would like to add that there was a ton of rejections, but it gets easier after a while. Very true. You're going to get rejected a lot. I've never known anybody to actually get it right every single time the first time around. It's almost impossible. Almost impossible. Not saying that it isn't. It's almost impossible. My man Owahudu says, a good line. You caught my eye, and I was wondering if I could text you later. Very easy, straight to the point. All she could do was say, yes, you can have my number, or no, you cannot. And it's very easy. It's not too complicated for them to understand. See, a lot of guys get it messed up where they try to be complicated with their, it's not even a punchline, but they try to be complicated with the lines that they use to talk to women. You know, what you say to a Filipina, I mean, what you say to a woman in Western worlds and what you say to women in the Philippines are two different things. Sometimes that joke or that punchline or that good line that you always never failed with in the United States is going to go in one ear and not the other with a Filipina because she simply can't put two and two together. Sometimes the clever the line, the easier it is to make a mistake, and it's easier to make that mistake in its execution. You know, when you execute that line, it's very easy for them to misinterpret it, or, you know, saying, damn, girl, I saw you from behind and I knew I had to make you mine or some shit. She'll probably say, what? You know, sometimes shit like that just doesn't go over well. Malcolm, what's going on, family? Cal Winston says that video would be a landmine if you did that. Which video you talk about? The educated versus the uneducated? Like I said, I don't already let all of my cats out the bag, but yeah, I could do it. I could knock it out. It could be fun. I might even do that one and have it ready by the weekend. Depending on how I feel, I might be able to knock that one out probably tonight or by the weekend. You know, I might just throw something together, hell, just because I feel like it. So I might see if I could do that. Since it seems like a popular choice, if you guys want me to do the video on the educated versus the less educated women in the Philippines, press 1. Okay, that's what I'm going to require you guys to do. If you guys are interested in that particular video, press 1. If I get at least 10, well, we got 19 watching. If I get at least, I want to say 10 ones, then I'll do the video and I'll put it together tonight and probably try to put it out tonight. If you guys give me 10 ones based on the less educated versus the educated Filipinas, I'll knock out that video for you guys after this live stream. I'll put it together, I'll load it up, and I'll have it ready for you guys by tonight. As long as YouTube doesn't hit me with some bullshit, oh, we need to review it before you can release it, I'll have that video to you by tonight. All I need is 10 ones. Pretend people to press number 1, and I'll do that video for you tonight. We got 20 people in the building, so that should be fairly easy. If I get 10 people to press 1, no repeats, I'll definitely do it. But it depends on how interested you are in the video. If I don't get it, then that just means that I could just wait to do that one on another day. A Wahoo dude says, hand her your phone and have her input her phone number. Yes, I have a problem with that to an extent. I don't like people holding my phone and shit simply because I got shit in there that I don't want people seeing. But yes, that is a good idea. The reason you should always hand a girl your phone is so there's no way in hell you can misinterpret the number. Sometimes when you're doing dictation, sometimes when you're trying to read back the phone number, it's easy to miss a number or get some numbers confused. You do realize that a Philippine number is like 10 digits. Let me see, 0933. Hold on. 11 numbers. So a Philippine number is 11 numbers. So it's very easy to get some numbers confused or switched up and shit like that, especially when it's like 1121 or 1101 or some shit like that, or 880288 or some shit like that. So it's easier just to give her the phone so that there is no way in hell that you can input the number wrong. I think my man told a story. I can't remember which one of my guys told me. He said that he input the number, but it was the wrong number because he was lacking one digit, and he never knew, he could never find her again. So it's always in your best interest to let her put the number in, so at least you know if it's a real number or a fake number, okay? But what I will not do, what I refuse to do, is when a woman tells me, "Oh, I don't have a number, but here's my cousin's number," or "I'll text you from my cousin's phone." Those are the types of girls I can't get with, okay? So leave them alone. They ain't got their own number. Just let it go. It's going to be hard for you to try to link up with them. You know, you can't really flirt with a girl knowing that the cousin is going to intercept that message for you. So, you know, those types of girls, got to leave them alone. Although it sucks, they can be fine as hell, but there's nothing more heartbreaking than when a girl tells you she doesn't have a phone. I think honestly, I've cried at least 3 times in my life over a girl telling me that she didn't have her own phone. I almost broke down and bought her a phone so I could contact her. How crazy is that? Again, that was in my earlier days, post simpish days. You know how you be like, man, I even buy you a little cheap ass Nokia phone just so that you can text me, girl. Goddamn. So, you know, there's nothing more heartbreaking than when they tell you that she doesn't have a phone. My man, Mr. Smith, says, I haven't called my beautiful. He said, I haven't called my beautiful since the last time I heard you say that it was difficult to find new compliments, but as I opened up to it, I realized so many things I actually liked about it. There you go. I didn't even know that y'all were listening during that time. I was talking so much shit that night. I don't remember what live stream it was, but I remember almost exactly verbatim what I said. I told you guys, expand your fucking horizon, expand your vocabulary, stop calling girls beautiful and shit. You gotta be a little bit better than that. You gotta be a little bit bigger than those mediocre elementary words, man. I learned beautiful when I was in fucking elementary school. So you got to be a little bit better than that. And then if you do take the chance to try to find other ways to compliment your woman, it'll make you feel a little bit better over time. I mean, sexy, fine, cute. Even you can say maganda because that's beautiful in Filipino. I think they really like to hear a foreigner use, you know, some Tagalog words and stuff like that. But, you know, maganda is okay, but all that other shit, guapa is okay. That's kind of like cute. I don't know. Guapa is beautiful and shit. Something like that. Just means she's attractive, okay? But you got to find different ways to compliment your woman. I mean, I didn't know anybody was paying attention to me that night, but I know I was on a rampage when I said that. I know I was, because I think I ranted for probably about 5 or 10 minutes that night when I did that one. Because I was mad, though, because, you know, people be using that elementary shit. They don't even want to try to bang out some new shit. But you know me. I was just in my feelings. Y'all know how I get. I rant and rave. You know, that's why people say, Michael always bitching. No, I'm not. Just speaking my truth, people. Just having a little fun. I want you guys to get it right. You understand? Shout out to the homie Agnostics Adams. I'm waiting for my chuckle. Maybe I missed it, but I'm waiting for it if you didn't give it to me now. Awahudu says, out of all the Southeast Asian countries, the Philippines is the best to meet women. True. English makes a huge difference. Very true. This is an English-speaking country. Most people in the country speak English, and they speak English very, very well. At least the basic English that they do know is enough to communicate basic shit. If you need to find your way to a place, somebody will be able to help you out. You know, even if their English is not spot on perfect, they know enough to be able to have a decent conversation, okay? It is a numbers game, very true. So I got my man Malcolm said it, my man Frederick said it, my man Cal said it. So that's 3 right now. My man Isaac, what's going on, family? The next live stream will be Friday. I'm not going live tomorrow. That's why I came on tonight. I will not be on with you guys tomorrow night. That would be Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look for me Friday, Philippine time, 8 a.m., 8 or 8:30. Sorry, depending. About 8 or 8:30-ish, maybe even 9. I'll schedule it out so that you guys will know when I'm coming. So look for me anywhere between 8 and like 9:30, because I think I want to do some other stuff before I do a live show. So I see we got 3 right now. Ed 4, my man Reggie 5, Big Brother 6, Agnostic 7, Mr. Smith 8. My boy Mr. Juice is number 9. I need one more number 1, and you got that video as soon as this live stream is up. I need one more person. I got 9 ones. 9. I need one more person who is interested in the video. One more person who is interested in the less educated versus the educated Filipinas video. If you want it, I need one more number 1 to hit the number 1 button, and I got that video for you probably tonight after this live stream is up. No doubt. All right. But yeah, Isaac, the next live stream about between 8 and 9-ish. Tomorrow evening, Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what time that is in the UK. I'm sorry, I don't have my world clock with me. So I'm not sure about what time that is for you. But if you plug in the East Coast, like New York, the time zone there, that's kind of the time zone in the US that I function on. Or you put in the Philippine time. Actually, you should just put in Philippine time. So yeah. He said due by 5 p.m. tomorrow. You'll have that shit by 12 noon tonight before the clock strikes 12. If you guys want it, I could do it. I'm telling you. I'll knock it out. I'll do the best that I can with it. I got 24 watching. I appreciate all 24 of you coming through and showing love to the good doc. Make sure you guys caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. Definitely. And if you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through, spend time with him today. Nayon Den. So like I said, Malcolm is 1. Our boy Frederick, Cal Winston, that's 3. My man Ed, 4. My man Reginald, 5. Big Brother 6, Agnostics Adams 7, Mr. Smith is 8, my man Mr. Juice is 9. So I just need one more number 1, and you'll have that one tonight. My man says I have enough experience with uneducated bar girls with Samar. Not my preference. I've never been to Samar, but you might be right. My man Malcolm says can't say 7 digits. Hell, man, have you ever tried to memorize a Filipina's number? That shit is hard, bruh. A number in the Philippines is impossible. And that's if you're not using the country code. If you're using the country code, it's plus 63. Then you have the 9. So that makes the number what? That makes it about 12 or 13 digits when you do it that way. It's ridiculous, people. Shit crazy. What's going on, Larry? My man says, Dr. Mike, how would you react if you saw one of your homies or family members with the lady boy? First of all, if he... You know what, man, Larry, that is $1 million question, man. I would probably react a little funny. I laugh first. I would laugh. But then I wonder, then I would start getting inquisitive. I would start asking 1,000,001 questions. I'd be like, dude, like, how long you been like this? Like, if I didn't know it, I would be shocked and surprised. You know, because sometimes you could tell somebody who is really on that shifty shit. You can tell somebody who go both ways, right? Who bats for both teams and shit. You can tell for the most part. At least I like to think that, you know, my shit's on point from that perspective. But shit had happened in front of me and it's somebody I'm really close with. I would be shocked. I wouldn't know how to respond to them. But I would never, ever be alone with them ever again. I just can't see myself doing that anymore. Like, you know how if you just like, let's say, for example, you know, y'all get a double bed in a hotel room or some shit. You know, I couldn't do that with him anymore because I feel a certain kind of way because I've been lied to. You know, don't mean he attracted to me or no shit like that. None of that stuff. But it's just my mind won't allow me to fucking, we know what I'm saying. Like, you know, do man shit. You know how when you're in the locker room at the gym or some shit, no homo, but you know, you can walk around in the towel and shit after you take your shower, as long as you're covering up your shit, nobody's looking at nothing. But if it's somebody you've known for a minute and you come out, they finally come out the closet and shit, I can't walk around no towel with no dude around no more. I kind of feel a certain kind of way. Even if he's not interested in me, I've been lied to. He tried to hold that shit in. So all I'm thinking about is all the times when I'm trying to kick it and shit, you know, I'm in the hotel room just walking around trying to get some shit together, get ready for us to go out on the town and have a good time and shit. I ain't thinking this man looking at me sideways like that, you know, but all of a sudden that's just the way my mind thinks. So, yeah, I would feel a certain kind of way, but I get over it. I would. That's the initial thought. Initial reaction, shock, no doubt. My man Big Brother says, the best trick Have a piece of paper with your number on it, like a business card. Yeah, I did that shit when I was in Angeles, man. I did that when I was younger in Angeles. What I did, right? I told people this. I told people this story. Like I said, I mentioned it once in my whole entire life in a live stream. What I did is I grabbed all of the cards in the hotel lobby and I wrote my number on the back of them. And I just handed them shits out. So they knew where I was staying at and they knew how to contact me. So if somebody was trying to get served up that night, like some soft serve ice cream at McDonald's in this bitch, I was ready for it. You feel me? I did that and it worked. It worked. I probably handed out 10 numbers, got 3 responses. That is a great number. 10 numbers, 3 responses. That was good. That was really good for me. 30%? Nigga, them numbers aren't normal. I'm being honest. So to have 3 responses out of the 10 cards that I handed out, I like that. That means I did something very well that night. All right, MD, you're number 10, family. All right, so we're going to do that video tonight. I just wanted to see if you guys were interested in it. We'll try to knock that one out later on tonight. So expect that one before 12 midnight this evening. As long as I can upload it with no internet issues, you guys will have that one. Yeah, the good. Yo, man, I ain't that fucking sensitive. I used to talk shit. They be like, Mike, you so sensitive, man. Like, fuck all y'all. Fuck everybody. I don't like y'all no more. But then I like you tomorrow. I think I'm bipolar. No disrespect. But yeah, man, I just be playing around. But yeah, I be getting in my feelings, bro. You know I got it in me. My man Malcolm said, nobody will ever understand every one of those situations. Very true. Guapo is handsome. Guapa, Gwapa, is the opposite of handsome for women. I just don't know what it is. Guapa. You got to put the A at the end. Yes, guapo is handsome. That is male form. Guapa is female form. So, yeah. It's Spanish for attractive or good looking. Lost to no math. Thank you very much. Yeah, they just spell it different. That's why, yeah. He says, what if you tell them, Halikan mo ako? What if you tell them, have you ever tried that one? My man Swift, what's going on? 30SF, appreciate you coming through and showing love to the family. My man MD, you are number 10. Dave, you're number 11. Deadly Miss 12. Damn, okay, done. Fuck it. Videos on. I will do that one before midnight. I'm sorry. Why do I say midnight tonight? I mean to say before, in the next, whatever, before noon. Sorry. That's the next 3 hours. Like, what is it? 9 o'clock? Yeah, in the next 3 hours. Fuck it. That's what I meant. Next 3 hours, you guys will have that one. After the live stream. Just give me a chance to put it together. Wahoo Dude says, Doc, have you ever seen the video where you pay to attend a social in Davao Media and meet girls? The Filipinos outnumber the guys 10-1. Yes, I've seen that video. I don't know how I feel about that video, though. I've seen it. I've watched it. People have linked me to that video. More specifically, I didn't actively seek that video, but people brought that video to my attention. I don't know how I feel about that video. Now, how can I say this? In the most respectful way humanly possible, the video that I did see, in case there is more than one, most of the ladies in that video were relatively in their mature years. I know most of them were 35 and older. No doubt in my mind. Most of the ones that I saw in the video that I watched were 35 years and older. So I didn't see too many young Filipinos doing that. So how do I feel about it? I mean, hell, man, everybody needs love, family. But you're right, though. Those girls do outnumber men 10-1. It's kind of weird that it would go down that way. But I guess when you're a kid in a candy store, it's just, it's just meant to be that way. It's just meant. And that was a how can I say that? That was a created element. You understand? Like you said, it was a function wherein the men were invited and they invited more women than they invited men. So that was a created atmosphere. Even in the Philippines, in its essence, we always say it's 2-1. Everybody believes that it's 2-1 where women outnumber the men. Again, it's probably more than that if you consider the amount of guys that are not into girls at all. But, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, Wahoo Dude, they were mature, and most of them were not the most attractive. You are 100% correct. I see the ones in the building. I'm gonna knock that video out. You guys already win. My man Swift says, I feel slight shame, but that's his life. Which life is that? Oh, my boy. Like I said, yeah, that's how I would react. That's my initial reaction. I'm just being honest. If you ask me how I would initially react, that is my initial reaction. Over time, over time is different, but my initial reaction would be all of that right there encompassed. My man says 90% of the lady boys are visually obviously boys. True. Unlike Thailand. Very true. So it's probably their preference to be with gay guys. Yes, it is. He didn't. Oh, no. He was not under the assumption that he was walking around with the guy that I saw in the mall. I don't think that he was not. I don't think he was under the assumption that who he was walking with was an actual female, considering that dude was taller than him. I could clearly see the Adam's apple. The makeup game was absolutely horrible. Them broad ass shoulders, them big ass hand, and them big ass feet. I don't think that he was under the assumption he was with an actual female. I think he was just happy to be in his element. So you can't say shit about shit on that. I'd let my man live his life. He was living his best life, and I was happy for him. Like I said, man, that just means there's more actual females for me. I am glad when I see dudes living their truth, man. I just don't like it when they lie. You understand? I am happy when you live your truth. Just don't lie, man. I mean, if that's your thing, do you. I can't see myself, I can't really see. I don't know how we going to interact and shit, but if that's your thing, do you. I'm happy for you. I will never shit on you, and I'll never shit on the love that you have for another person. Period. Like my man Derek says, it is 2019, man. Cell phones are 2 phones in one now. Yes, dual SIM, 1 fingerprint, and 1 phone. Second fingerprint is completely different phone. Too much work, man. But you gotta live your best life, man. My man Reggie says, Dr. Mike, when you first started college in the Philippines and being a foreigner, was it like a kid in the candy store? Yes. Oh, it was so beautiful, man. I had zero competition. I laugh about it now, but there was nobody. It was me. It was me and only me. It was my pick of the litter. It's like being in your own sandbox and you ain't got to share your toys and shit. That was exactly what it was like. He says, or was it like a big difference between these were educated ladies? No. It was not a problem at all, because even an educated one wants to be with a foreigner too. Let's be real. Even an educated Filipina has aspirations to an extent to be with a foreigner. Not necessarily because of a come up, but they are no different. See, a lot of people don't understand this because they like to separate them and group them and categorize them. But ultimately, a Filipina is still a Filipina, educated or not. They tend to have the same wants and desires. They want a good man. They want somebody that's going to help to take care of them. Let's be honest, a woman likes to be taken care of. They all innately want the exact same thing. I don't care what your educational or income or your, what do they call it, your demographic, or wherever you come from, your educational background, your money background or whatever. It doesn't really don't really care. It doesn't really matter at all. So, but yes, I was a kid in a candy store, because at the end of the day, I had my pick of the litter. You understand? It was that easy. But it was hard. It was easy, but it was hard for me. It was fun to look around, but to ultimately commit yourself to one was the immortal sin. I told you guys this. If you guys don't remember the story, I never dated any girl I went to school with. Until I got with my girl now, I never dated anybody. And I was never seen with anybody. Because once you were seen with that person, whether you got rejected or not, that was your girlfriend, according to everybody else, because they saw you trying to talk to her. All of a sudden, it was hard for you to try to transition into a new female, because even though you got rejected, everybody's going to look at that girl and be like, oh, look who's coming. This, the foreigner, Mr. Guapo or whatever, oh, look who's coming. And, they're catcalling and doing their nonsense, because, again, we're dealing with immature kids for the most part. In college, they're still immature. But, like I said, it was a bit of a stressful moment, because I knew I had to pick, and I had to pick right. There was no easy way to pick sometimes. So that's why I stayed mostly to myself. But yes, looking around, You know, I did a lot of window shopping. I'll tell you that. Mike didn't touch all the candy in the candy store. I just did a lot of window shopping. My man Malcolm says, I just booked on Airbnb. Hope the Wi-Fi is up to par. Good old Philippine internet. Yeah, that sucks. Ed says, I canceled my hernia operation just to be at your video 3 hours from now. You know what, Ed? I am glad that you were able to make it work. Teamwork made the dream work, baby. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. Every Airbnb that I've had pretty good internet. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that work. I'm gonna go ahead and speak that into existence. I will tell you that I will speak that into existence. My man, Mr. Juice says, do you think Lady... Stop. See, now you fucking with me. I don't know. I don't think... I don't think, man. You're fucking with me, right? But you're funny. I like that one. I do not believe that ladyboys use Robust. I don't. But that is so funny. Shout out to my soon-to-be sponsors, man. I got to shout out to my soon-to-be sponsors. They don't know it yet, but they're going to sponsor me. Fuck that. I'm on this shit. I'm on a mission. I'm going to sign a petition, get all this shit together. But yeah, I don't really believe that they use them because 9 times out of 10, aren't they usually the ones getting it rather than giving it? Just saying. I don't know. Sometimes do like it to go both ways, but most of the time I think they're more of takers than givers. So I don't see the need in the use for the Robust unless they're going to actually use it. So probably their counterparts would use that. If I had to say that. Awahudu says, yeah, you can still have zero competition for the Filipinas if you go out to the provinces. Yeah, in the provinces is even better. And your numbers are even better out there, no doubt. All right, MD man, have a good one, brother. Lost Nomad says, also depends on the man's age, retirement age. You may want the housewife type of person. If you're still in the workforce, you may want the educated woman who could bring home the second income. Exactly. So it does go both ways, man. This is a matter of preference, where you are and where you stand at in your life at this particular moment in time. Basically, it's ruining the video, but I'll try to add some new shit in there if I can. Kind of feels like the video is useless, but fuck it, I'll do it anyways. I'll do it just in case people who don't catch this live stream, you know, so that they can understand where I'm coming from in choosing an educated one versus a less educated one. All right. My man, Big Brother says, I think foreigners in the Philippines have to struggle with what Barry Schwartz calls the paradox of choice. Way too many to choose. Must be really hard to pick one for those who want to settle. Oh yeah, the struggle is real, man. And the struggle is real. It was real for me because at the end of the day, I knew that if I talked to one and people seen me talking to that one, I was gonna get branded. You know how a dog pisses on trees and shit to mark its territory? That was basically what that woman was doing to you without you knowing it. She was basically marking her territory. That's why you have to really be seen with women you want to be seen with. Because ultimately you are being marked. You may not see it, may not believe it, but you are being marked. Once you're seen in public places with this lady, it's your girlfriend, man. Bruh, I mean, I make it happen, man. I'm cool with my status, guys. You don't understand. I've been through it, man. I think with my relationship, I'm in a comfortable place where I could talk about like anything that I want to, and my girl don't trip. Like I can come on here, chop it up with my guys. She could be sitting right next to me while I'm doing the video. She'll look at me sideways for a split second, but she'll go back to playing on her phone and she'll be fine. You understand? That's kind of how this game goes. So, you know, she lets me speak my mind. She lets me talk what I want to talk, but ultimately she knows where we stand. That's it. It's all about knowing where you stand with your girl. Knowing that she's always going to be number one. She'll never, I mean, as long as she knows she's always number one, that she is the quintessential queen to my king and the whole nine. None of that gushy shit. But as long as she knows that, she don't trip on anything that I do. She really don't care. Like my book. Everybody was like, what does your girl feel about the book you wrote? She don't give a fuck. She ain't even read it. She don't care. That's the thing about my girl. She don't care. Cause she know I spend, dude, I'm 99.9% of my day is with her. Is not I very rarely go out by myself. So she has no reason to be concerned of anything. You understand? But any of y'all interested in getting the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, man, if you guys haven't already read that book is fucking awesome. I talk about pregnancy scares. I talk about the time that I almost died over a girl. Talk about my first experience in Angeles City. I talk about the time that I dated a webcam girl. I talk about everything in my book, guys. You guys don't know. Every chapter is a new story. And for those that have read it and for those who got it, I hope they enjoyed it. I brag about it a lot, but it is my favorite work to date. Whether they loved it or hated it, The Good Doc, this was my favorite book that I've ever written. The reason it's my favorite is because the other books were all about information and inspiration. Those were what the books were all about, inspiration and, you know, information. So for first timers to the Philippines, trying to give you guys hints on what to do when you first touch down. So I wanted to be informational. The reason why black men should travel more and why all men should travel more, inspirational. The prescription for guys interested in dating Filipino women, that was an informational book. So I did 2 inspirational books and 2 informational books, or at least as information as I like to see it. So it was time for me to have fun. It was time for me to let go. Time for me to just tell you guys the truth. I opened up the diary, you know, blew the cobwebs off of the journal, and I gave you guys the best stories that I could possibly concoct in this book. And I enjoyed writing it. And again, for those that don't know, there will be a part 2 coming soon. Part 2 is on its way. Not yet. It's going to take some time, but we're going to put together part 2. That's just a quick FYI so that you guys already know it's coming. I left it on a cliffhanger for a reason. Part 2 is definitely going to be on and popping. Shout out to the homie Rain, man. Much love to you. Lost to No Bad said he dated a webcam girl also. It's weird, but it's fun. It was funny. My story was a little awkward. I want to tell that story so bad, but I can't because it's in the book. It was funny, but I can't. I swear I want to give you that story so bad because it was one of the greatest stories in the book, but then that defeats the purpose of people going to get the book if I actually tell you what was in the book. So I might have to just keep that story to myself, but it was a good one. It was definitely interesting nonetheless. So my man Reggie says, Dr. Mike, have you been back to the place where you got the manicure and the woman was all over you? I haven't been back there recently, but I promise you this. The next time that I do go back there, I will record it again simply because I can. I will record it. And you know what I'm going to do in that video if I choose to go back there? Well, she wasn't really all that attractive. She was cute, though. I mean, she was cute in her own respects. I'll get her number just because. I'll do that just to see if it's real or not. I'll just do it. So, yeah. Just because I can. Isaac, if you email me, I can see it's called the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, the stories and tales I refuse to tell until now. But if you look in the description area of this live stream, you'll see the links on the Amazon to get your copy because I know you're in the UK. So Amazon is available in the UK. So you could get your very own copies of the books. They are listed in the description area. So you'll definitely be able to catch it. But the BOOTYLOO Chronicles is my favorite one of all time. So Isaac, just look in the description area. You know where the description area is in YouTube, right? That little down arrow button that clicks down and shows you all of the stuff that I wrote. You should find all your information in there. But if you need any help, email me and I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. My man Mr. Smith says, PSA, water shortage in Manila. Our building is only turning on water for 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. Oh, my brother. Oh, I feel bad for you. See, I live in Davao City where I stay at. It's in the city area, but I've never really had those issues. But, you know, I feel for you, bro. I mean, normally what we do, and I'm pretty sure you know this because I'm pretty sure your girl probably does it as well. But we fill up this big bucket of water to help us do dishes, to take quick showers if we need to, and everything like that. So that's kind of how we roll. We have water set aside to take showers and shit just in case for our dishes and the whole nine. We fill up this big basin in the bathroom or something. We fill it up all the way with water. Fill up all the water jugs we possibly can to last us for as long as we need it. So I'm pretty sure that's the same way you guys do it too. But that sucks, man. Thank God in Davao we don't have that. But what we did have, and I'm pretty sure it's on its way back, when it starts to get really hot again, they're going to have rolling blackouts or brownouts, blackouts, brownouts, whatever you call it. It's going to happen again because that's how they help to save electricity. So in every area, you're going to do at least 2 or 3 hours without electricity, almost instantaneous. It's just, that's why we go to the mall and hang out, watch movies there, the backup generators and whatnot. But yeah. The rural province is always good. Positives and negatives all around. I enjoy the semi-provincial, but I can't be too far away from the city. I enjoy the province, but I can't be too far away from the city. I'm the type of guy, if I want to go catch a movie, I want to go watch a movie, If I need my internet, I'm obsessed with my internet. I need it, and I need it, so I could do my live streams and so I could upload my videos and stuff without having to hold on to them for a long time. So, that's my thing. So, I need my internet, and in the province, that's just almost next to impossible. So I can only do the province probably for about 2 or 3 days myself, maybe a week at most. But it's rough, man. It's a tough go. Can't lie. Can't lie about that one. My man Rayman said they're gonna be bathing in Manila Bay to combat the water shortage. Bathing in the Pasig River. Oh my God, the Pasig River smells like ass, bro. Man, I wouldn't wash my ass in that river. It just ain't working. Yes, my man Swift. My man Swift, you're 100% correct, man. Internet is a must. I can't live without it. I would never live without it. It's just something I need to have. Whether I was doing YouTube or not, I need my internet one way or another. So, hey, that's how the game goes, man. My man Oahudu says, if you had a knockout Filipina taking care of you in the province, can you change your mind? No. If I can't have my internet, bruh, my life is not complete. I could have the most beautiful Filipina in the province, man, but my life is not complete without my internet. But what I would say is I would stay longer than 5 days. Maybe I could do about 2 weeks. If she's looking proper, I could probably do about 2 weeks in the province. Yes. But no more than that, man. I'm not about to hurt myself. Yep. Whew. All right, guys. I'm thinking I'm almost finished. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and shout my people out, let my people go. I'm going to work my way backwards like I always do. But again, if you guys have comments and things you want to leave here at the bottom, by all means, let it be known. I'm going to go ahead so I can at least knock this video out for you guys. I can have it up relatively quickly. So again, Oahu Dude, much love to you, family. My boy Swift, my man Rainman, Isaac. If you need any information, here, fuck it. Hold on. Let me hook my boy Isaac up. Isaac, hit me up in the email if you need any if you're having trouble finding the links, all right? Links. I will send them to you in your email. All right. So there we go. Like I said, shout out to my boy Oahu Dude, Rain Man. Yeah, March Madness. I'm not gonna be able to watch it, but it's all good. My boy Swift, Isaac, much love to you, family. Mr. Smith, man, I hope that water shortage gets better. My man Reginald Graham, always a pleasure, man. Thank you for being a part of the team. Lost to know, man. Good to see you back, man. It's been a minute. My man Big Brother, appreciate the support you gave the good duck yesterday. Much love to you today, my G. Thank you for being here. MD, I know you're going, family, but I'm shouting you out. My man Malcolm, always a pleasure, my G. My brother from another, Mr. Juice himself. Much love to you, family. And I'm going to knock that video out for you guys, for everybody who hit the #1. Ed, thank you for canceling your hernia surgery just to stick with the good doc. I'm going to make sure the video is worthwhile. Shout out to the homie Derek F, man. Much love to you. My boy always coming through clutch. Love you, my dude. Always my boy Larry, 53 Kempo. Much love to you, man. Deadly Mist. Dave Wise, much love to you. Thanks for listening in. My boys, Larry, much love to you. Larry S. Agnostics, much love to you, man. Thank you for coming through. Cal Winston, man, much love to you, my G. Appreciate you being in the building. I know you guys just come here and shoot the shit. We always have fun. But since you guys believe in the video, I'm going to try my best to live up to the hype and try my best. Me, myself, and I, much love to you, dude. Thanks for being here. Frederick Mason, Young Grasshopper's going to always be all right. You know I know how to bounce back, family. Much love to you. Shout out all the way from the great state of North Carolina. Much love to you. Greatest idea. Much love to you, family. Get lost. I see you in the building. Observer. Melanin. Appreciate you being in the building with the good doc. Who else we got? Dante Will. I see you. Lizzie, how you doing, baby? Much love to you. I hope all is well. All right. I hope it's been a while since I've seen you, but great to have you in the building. Jay Jones, I see you. And that is officially everybody that I've seen. It has been fun. All right, Isaac. All right. Good to know. Thank you, Frederick. I did my 50th live stream yesterday, man. That shit was fun. Thank you for everybody who showed up. Thank you for everybody who watched. Thank you for everybody who supported. My boy Reggie came. My boy Reginald Graham came. I don't know why I call you Reggie, but shout out to the man Reginald Graham came through. My boy Mr. Smith came through clutch for the homie. And then, of course, my man Mr. Big Brother himself helping out his little brother. If you Mr. Big Brother, I'll be the little brother. Anyway, thank you guys for always coming through for the good doc, man. This channel wouldn't be anything without you. So if you guys ask and request something of me, I always try my best to deliver, which is why within the next couple of hours or so, probably not too much longer, I'm going to go ahead and smash out that quick video dating the educated Filipina versus dating the less educated Filipina, understanding the pros and cons of both. Understand I'm not writing my information down, so if I miss anything in the video, you're going to end up leaving more information in the comment section below to expand the young minds of those coming into the country. All right, so without further ado, yes, sir, NC is definitely in the house in this bitch. I love you guys to death, man. It's been fun. It has been real, but the good doc is about to pass out and get the day started, of course. All right, so with that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means we are going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.